Time to Pay the Rent, Michael Domino and Michael Premont. This book is dedicated to all soldiers and civilians whose lives were changed by the war in Vietnam.
My cousin, Michael Premont, was born in 1946 and grew up in working-class Queens, New York. After graduating from high school at the age of 16, he worked at aimless jobs for a year and a half until 1965, when he drifted into the Army. He hadn't even heard of Vietnam. He was sent there from 1967 to 1968 and came back as unrecognizable to our family as we and this country had become to him.
I lifted my face from the mud, just enough to see enemy rifles flashing. We were pinned down with nowhere to go. About 20 feet to my right, I saw a large gray tombstone standing alone in the rice paddy. I crawled to it as fast as I could. Everywhere around me, rocket and mortar shells exploded. My cousin Michael Premont and I touched down in Ho Chi Minh City on February 18, 2006 at 11:35 a.m., exactly 12 hours ahead of New York time. Including stops in Seattle and Taipei, the trip takes 30 hours.
Where exactly are we?
Michael was stationed in a small village about 30 miles from here. We've come to Vietnam to find the house where Michael lived during the war. For us, the thoughts of the Vietnam War are vivid, as if it ended yesterday. Finally, I reached the safety of the tomb. With all my strength, I rose up and leaned back against the hot, rough cement. What should I do now? I could see puffs of smoke as enemy soldiers fired. Rockien is the village where Michael was stationed during the war. This village had been cleared of the Viet Cong in bloody battles with U.S. Marines before he arrived. But the VC never really went away. They just hid in plain sight, farming the rice paddies here. From behind the tomb, I raised my rifle, ready to squeeze the trigger when something happened. I had a vision. Michael was sent here as one of 6 U.S. Army advisors. Their mission was to turn this remote village into an example of life under the protection of the American-trained South Vietnamese Army. They directed the construction of a school, started a brick factory, distributed books and supplies to the villagers. And they also went out with the local Vietnamese militia, hunting the Viet Cong here. Their strategy was to flush the VC out by sloshing around the rice paddies, presenting themselves as easy targets. They'd draw fire onto themselves and quickly call in long-range artillery or fighter jets. Sometimes it also turned into combat without air backup. There were about 40 nighttime attacks from the VC during the year that Michael lived here. Mortars sometimes made direct hits on their reinforced roof. Each of the advisors took his own turn at the shortwave radio, their link to the outside world. At night everybody slept, with one eye open. I had a vision. I rose high above the field, looking down. I could see myself leaning back on the tomb, looking away from the battle. The field where we fought was so small and insignificant. It had no name and no time. It is with these memories that Michael and I drive into Rockin in February 2006, searching for his wartime house. Almost 40 years after the war, parts of this village still have a dirt road. Roadside stalls sell vegetables and fresh meat. Where the old marketplace was during the war, now stands a shed on a vacant lot. This bridge leads to what was once the Viet Cong controlled part of this village. In 1968, a U.S. soldier would never have crossed this bridge alone. I asked Michael to stand on this bridge for a photograph. We were young boys together on opposite sides of a field. We were so close. No other humans were closer to us than we were to each other. By chance, we meet a group of about 30 men gathered together in something like a local social club. From all the pointing, we know the general direction we have to go to find Michael's house. Michael bounds ahead of me. He had walked in this very spot 38 years ago as a 20-year-old soldier.
On top of it. This is the district headquarters, and then our house. I think it was. No, this. I remember this. No, maybe this is off.
Now he has trouble orienting himself.
Maybe this is our house. Maybe you could ask them. Maybe they know. I think it was one of these two.
He searches for visual clues from years ago.
Oh, this was definitely, that was where Captain Need was. This is it, yeah. Yeah, this is it.
Hồi đó anh sống ở đây hả? Ở năm 1967 ở ngoài đây.
We used to show movies across the street. We had movies at night. We got movies from America. Screen outside.
Chiếu bóng nè. Giờ screen this video.
Yeah, right here. You remember?
No other humans were closer to us than we were to each other. I could have been teaching them to play baseball or learning to play soccer from them. I had nothing against any of them. Why didn't we just turn around and walk away? Why were we doing this to each other? Why not stop it now?
Does somebody live here now? Oh, really? Ah. Would possible to go inside?
Có thể thăm cho
Oh,
năm
oh, thanks.
Okay, you can send some
Take a picture? Yeah, yeah.
Our eyes adjust to the dark interior. The owner of the house shows us a picture of his mother.
Your mother. Mother, huh? That is. Oh, they built it up a lot.
I focus on a framed antique-looking diploma.
But it came from the CD. VC.
VC. Oh, that's funny. These people with a VC.
The owner of this house is a VC, and you are the social.
Tell them I lived in this house. I lived in this house for 1 year.
Ông nói ông sống ở đây năm nè.
I lived here.
Yeah.
Ah, we didn't.
Hay. No change.
Wow, I don't remember that. See, we had a kitchen out here.
Ông nói ông ở đó
We
cái
had a
vị
kitchen.
này.
We cooked here.
Dạ, ông nói ở đó nấu cơm đây.
Yeah, this was different. I remember. Yeah. Over here, they built something else down here. Out of wood.
Ông phụ nghe cái học.
This is
Change.
change, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Much better.
Thì lúc này con tạo cái hạnh phúc.
Oh, yeah. It was so simple. Wow. Oh, yeah. So they have the outhouse in the same place. Toilet is the same.
Toilet.
Same place.
You remember toilet?
Same place.
You told me this morning.
Yeah, this was where it was. We had the toilet in the same place.
You take a picture?
Yeah.
I came out of the dream or went back to the dream. I do not know which. My consciousness returned to my drenched, exhausted body, still leaning on a tomb in a field. The firing had stopped. Did everybody have the same vision? Was the war over?
Oh, I'm really happy to see that some good life happened.
Ông nói là ông tới đây ông thăm được lần này là ông rất là cảm thấy mãn nguyện rồi, ông hạnh phúc lắm. Thì you about over 60.
59.
Ông nói 59.
Hồi
ông ở đó 20 tuổi.
20. Yeah, 20.
20 tuổi, 20. Ông nói hồi ông ở đây 20.
Did your mother own this house before 1967?
Ông nói là hồi đó má 20 tuổi. This house is belong to her, to his mother from the 1954.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. But after that, the war is very dangerous. So that they use the CD, the VCD, so that the soldiers
Use this house. Did they pay your mother for using this house?
có thêm mướn gì không?
Nothing.
Because they left and then the soldiers
Came.
use.
Wow.
After that.
Cái này là nó bắt cái dấu rồi đâu có đâu có vô được.
He said that okay because that time
Có dân Mỹ ở đó.
he is very young, very like the baby, so that he can come here every day. Yes. If you are the youth cannot enter this house because they will catch you.
Yeah, the little child.
Yeah.
That's great. So you came in the house. Maybe we met. Maybe we met.
Mày chắc có lẽ là anh có gặp ông rồi á.
Gặp mà đâu có biết. Mình đâu có biết. Không biết mấy năm rồi đâu có nhớ nữa.
Remember you.
Yeah.
Mấy năm rồi đâu có nhớ. Lúc đó mình đầu quân đội là sao biết được.
Tell them I lived in their house for 1 year, so maybe I owe them some rent to pay rent.
Ông nói ông ở đây 1 năm thì ông phải trả tiền thuê nhà 1 năm đây, giờ cho ông trả tiền thuê nhà được không?
Rồi trúng đỉnh nữa, cái đỉnh nào kỷ niệm, đó là trúng đỉnh nào kỷ niệm.
They said that okay, they can keep a little bit money to keep for souvenir.
Trúng đỉnh thôi. Có đất cảm ơn nhiều quá.
Nó nói rồi thôi để lại chút định thôi để làm kỷ niệm.
Cái cảm ơn nhiều lắm rồi. Cho xin địa chỉ đi, rồi món liên hệ chứ.
I'll give you American $20. So I paid the rent for the year that I lived in Vietnam.
Trả tiền nhà mình.
In your house. We should take a picture of this. So wait, we should take a picture, okay? Take a picture. Here. Give you. Okay. Thank you very, very much. Come and visit me in America.
They were gone. We collected our wounded. The helicopters pulled us out. After that day, I never aimed at anyone again. I always shot low or high, or didn't shoot at all if nobody was looking. My war was over. I never went back to Queens.